Alright, what's up guys? My name is Ange. If you don't know me, it's gonna be my first Rainbow Six Siege YouTube video. Yeah, I know. Pretty exciting. We're gonna start off simple here with a basic operator tutorial, but before we really get into all that, I just wanna say, if you play Rainbow Six Siege, you enjoy Siege content, maybe you're looking to get better at the game, you wanna learn some tips and tricks, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. I'm just trying to grow the channel, just trying to, test things out, see what happens, but I think it would really benefit you if you could just, subscribe. I am going to be posting probably weekly, maybe doing another operator tutorial, basic tips and tricks. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're trying to get better at the game, I don't see why you wouldn't subscribe. So yeah, now we can actually get into the video. Let's go. Alright, so I'm guessing you're trying the main pulse. You wanna find that sweet spot with pulse, you wanna become better with it. And that's a good choice because Pulse is actually a really important operator. A lot of people underestimate him, thinking his gadgets, oh, it's not the new meta, it's just old school, oh, his guns suck. That's bullcrap, don't listen to that. Pulse is really, really important to any team. There's certain maps, certain spots, he can be game changing. He can win the round for you sometimes. So let's just go over the basics of Pulse, what kind of operator he is, and what you should do with him. First things first, Pulse is a part of the FBI operator team. As you know, he has a cardiac sensor. He's equipped with an SMG, a shotgun, 2 pistols, barbed wire, and nitro. All these are very essential to his playstyle and gameplay, which I'm going to go over in the strats in this video. But let's just identify Pulse as, what kind of operator this is. I see Pulse as an intel grabber, which means you're going to be wanting to go in around the objective, roaming, sometimes anchoring, to gather intel for your team. So you're going to want to know callouts, you're going to want to know a lot of things to playing Pulse. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just play Pulse, and I see these people through walls, okay, that's the advantage. But it really goes farther than that. Pulse is like a team player. Don't be that one person that runs outside and gets themselves killed in the beginning round as Pulse. Because the number one thing you want to do with Pulse is stay alive. If you can stay in a spot, like as you can see in this clip here, I am on red stairs. I'm staying on red stairs so I can watch my team's back. I can see under the stairs, I can see throughout the window. As you saw, I got a kill. It's really important to hug the walls, places you can shoot through, because that's what Pulse is. He's able to see through walls, he's able to get that advantage of shooting, grabbing intel, callouts. So you just want to get this down, look over it. That's pretty much the basic. Alright, now that we've pretty much gone over the basics, I want to dive into the more detailed stuff like playstyle, strats, weapons for Pulse. First thing you really want to know about Pulse is how to play this guy competitively. Now, a lot of players, when they think of Pulse, they think of, oh, I'll just run around the map, try and find people, kill them, or call it to my team. But it goes farther than that. Pulse, he's a certain operator. He's very different to the other operators. He brings something to the table that many don't. He's pretty much a cam that you cannot shoot. He's able to sit through walls, he's able to grab intel, and that's what he's all about. Grabbing intel and giving callouts. People think it's just about getting kills, going for those sneaky nitro plays, but that's not true. If you really want to get the best results with Pulse, you want to play him the right way, and that's playing as a teammate. A good Pulse player will typically sit next objective or maybe under it, because as a Pulse player, the main thing you want to focus on is staying under the ceiling or next to a wall, because with your cardiac sensor you do get that heartbeat, that location. Maybe you can throw nitro cell at the bottom, which I'm going to go over strats in the video. Being able to stay in a safe location around objective for your team is going to help a lot. You have anchors, you have people that are roaming, and if you're below the objective or around the objective in a spot where a lot of enemies are going to be rotating, trying to push, that call out can change everything. So just know where to place Pulse. Don't be cocky. Let's move on. The second thing Pulse players want to really focus on is map knowledge. Map knowledge has been an important thing in Siege forever, but with Pulse, I'd say it's more important than anything, because yes, you have this cardiac sensor that can see through walls, but if you're a bad player and you have Pulse, yes, you can see through walls. what are you gonna call out to your team if you don't know their call out? It's like, oh, they're above me. Oh, they're right next to me. They're on the wall. That's not good enough, okay? If you're playing with experienced players, if you want to be a better pulse player, you need to give the exact call out. Giving the call out, like let's say we're playing on top of garage, right? I'm pulsing below. I see 3 people down in snowmobile. A bad player would be, oh, they're downstairs somewhere, or blah 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 blah. Do you think the team is going to benefit from that at all? No, they really aren't. What you want to do is say, oh, I see 3 people on snowmobile. Now that you've said this, your whole team thinks, okay, they imagine 3 people on snowmobile. They can change their angles, they can change their game sense, their peaks. They completely shift the whole team based off of one call out. So if you want to become better at pulse, make sure you know call outs, because it is super important to the whole entire team. Do not be that one guy who's useless. The last thing I want to go over before we really get into the advanced stuff, in-game stuff, is Pulse's counters. Now, Pulse doesn't have too many counters. His biggest threat is probably IQ, because of course she can see where your cardiac sensors, let's say you're like below a floor. If IQ sees you, not only can they call out to your team, they can shoot you straight through the floor. So if they do have an IQ on your team, be really cautious with that cardiac sensor. Don't always whip it out. You can still use it, just make sure, IQ's not going to find you. Another counter would probably be Thatcher, I guess. Thatcher's not really too bad, but let's say, someone's planning a bomb, or they're going to plan a bomb, and someone throws a Thatcher. You no longer know where the people are moving. That's the whole point of playing Pulse, is to see where they're gonna move. But that Thatcher is gonna remove the whole purpose of Pulse. Your cardiac sensor is disabled. It is only a short time, but that short time can be really game changing. And a third counter, this is probably the softest counter to me personally, is probably Dokkaebi, because if I'm I'm trying to gather intel for my team as Pulse, and I got my phone ringing, it can be pretty bad, because those few seconds, let's say the team rushes and say, oh, dude, why weren't you pulsing? Why didn't you tell me they're rushing? But I'm on my phone, because Dokkaebi's calling me. So overall, you're just gonna want to look out for these operators, I guess. Make sure you're not being too clumsy. Don't get too cocky with Pulse, of course. Make sure you know what you're doing. Watch out for ops. We can now move to the advanced step. The last thing you really want to look at Pulse is Loadout. His attachments are kind of self-preference, so I don't think I really need to go over that, but just in case you want to know what I'm using, I use UMP45 with the holographic sight, shotgun with the holographic sight. I usually use angle grip for the UMP45, and then for my pistols, I use the M45 with the suppressor muzzle, but it doesn't really matter. And I use a nitro, so yeah, nitro, you're really gonna want to use the pulse. That's really important for him. But yeah, loadout's pretty basic. I didn't think I need to go over that. So, oh yeah. Also, for most of my guns, I'm gonna be using a compensator or muzzle brake. There is a bit of a difference, but I personally prefer compensators for automatic weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, let's hop into an actual game right now. Just follow the map. We're gonna go over some common offensive spots you can pay attention to.
Okay, so in this site, default spot, because you have a cover.
Yeah, right here you're behind the bomb, so it's not.
You only really have to watch 2 angles. You have to watch the aquarium flank, and typically you should have someone on rappel here to watch.
Yeah, if you plant here, this is a really strong spot for offense, because you can have someone in the window. They have the door open. You can peek to the door. You do not want to plant here at all costs.
This is a good plant because go off guard, because most people will expect the default plant here. I think here will really switch up, but you have to be really careful here, because you have to make sure you have the good cover.
Yeah.
And I guess
right here is it's not
standard.
Some people plant here, but this is not very good. So,
and the reason this is not,
I can come from here. I can just
easily just spread. It's easy kills.
One more thing for bomb B is something you should note to yourself as a defensive player. If they're gonna plant the bomb in here, 90% of the time it's gonna be behind this part. Because maybe here sometimes, but again here isn't gonna be good, because there's a giant freaking wall you can shoot it from. But never.
15 seconds.
Mostly never will they ever try to plant right here. They'll mostly try to go to the back side right here, because they have cover. They can watch it from the window. That's about it. So as you can see here, they're using a shielder, you know, one of the strongest things when you're planting a bomb. Even though he is a shielder, this is a super good strat for people that's someone trying to come in and defend them. Sensor pulse, this is why it's so strong to be below something, because no one can counter you unless they come down here. It doesn't matter who they are. As you can see, he's still standing here. He's dead. It does not matter. Something to look out for while you're watching Sunrise Bar around here. If people aren't coming from here, that's like the main threat. Another thing is, having this hole open is good. They might notice it. But if you do hear them, or your teammate does tell you that they are coming from here, you might want an SMG for this. But you can watch an angle here. You know, you can pulse the wall. I mean, this whole spot in general, there's still soft spots. So if there is someone coming away from here, you can still use your pulse. The only part that's really going to be a challenge for you is this, like, you know, this three-way peak spot. Alright, we're now downstairs. Obviously, as you know, this is where you're going to be playing. A lot of people think that this isn't shoot through. This, I know it looks like it's like metal or something, but you actually can't shoot through it. So, around this spot, and all the way in Sunrise Bar, you're going to be able to shoot through the floor, even through the carpet, which is really, really nice to do that. Go for my hurt. And then again, this is going to be going that way. What you do have to look out for on here is a lot of attackers. I mean, a lot. They will come through this door. So this is where, like, most of the main entrances are. They might be on top, and they might not come through the blow, but still, just you want to hold this spot. There's a huge hallway. There's kitchen. There's stairs. You just need to be able to hold your angles. Maybe you might want to make a hole here, or just watch the rotation. You want to keep yourself safe, pretty much down here. Yeah. As for bomb A, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can shoot through the bottom. It may not look like it. I mean, you can't really shoot through it. Make sure you know which way it's going, as I said. But, so, underground, you just want to see where they're planting. Oh, this guy's going to plant. You know, it's the last guy alive. You can shoot him. But one thing I do want to say is, with the shotgun SMG, yes, you can shoot him. But if you have your nitro cell, I recommend using your nitro cell. Because, let's say, you know, this guy's right here, right? And he's going to plant. Like, I can shoot maybe like, maybe I'll miss. Maybe my aim is absolutely garbage. But what you don't know is that if you throw a nitro cell and you blow it up, it will kill them no matter what. You don't miss shots. If you put it down and you explode it, it's a guaranteed win. So that's really, really helpful. You always want to use your nitro cell on the bottom. But if you don't have it, then of course, you can use your shotgun or an SMG.
Now that we finished downstairs, we can now move upstairs, so let's go to some common plant spots.
We're now on coastline. We're upstairs. We're going to go over some plant spots. So, normally attackers, if they do get the objective, they're going to plant, obviously, in the objective around in these spots, but some really important spots are right here. They'll plant the bomb. If they're really cocky, you know, they'll put a smoke down and you plant the door, because then you really do not want them to get in the doorway. Because if they get in the doorway, they can watch from hatch. It gives them a huge advantage. Another spot in this OJ would be right here, as you can see. Plant in the corner next to the beds because it's easier to guard. In here, pretty much anywhere around the couch. So like right here, anywhere behind cover, and also behind these doors if they are reinforced, which most of the time they are reinforced. So those are pretty much the basic spots of where the attacker will defend the plant. Alright, now that we're downstairs, as you can see, so we're gonna play. You'll notice that I'm using a shotgun now. The SMG and the shotgun, they vary a lot, but the shotgun can be really, really good, especially if you're playing underground or in really close quarters. Because I mean, look at it. You can spray, you can get a lot of damage done. It's really, really strong. The shotgun is never a bad option unless you're playing long range. But down here is where you're gonna play. This is one of the more like really, really hard spots to play because obviously, I mean, look, there's so many openings. Like, attacker can come from anywhere and get you. But then again, look, you can shoot through this, anything goes all the way to the bathroom up to this line. So if anybody's walking through, they want to plant. Say this guy's right here. Someone's up here. You can get him, but you really just want to watch out for hallway, just anything. It's really, really risky, but if you get it down, you can get it around. So as you're down here, an example of how this would really help is also one thing you want to keep in mind whenever you're downstairs all the time. Anytime you're shooting through walls or like upstairs ceiling, any of that. You want to make sure you're shooting the right way. See how these lines are lined up? You want to be shooting that way. If you shoot this way, it's gonna be blocked by the lines, obviously. So let's say someone's here. You know, we got someone here. Want to shoot along these lines. Dead. And another reason why the shotgun's really good is the SMG. You might spray, you know, that they can move because the SMG is like no damage. But if you have them in the place, and you know, maybe you don't have a nitro, right? Maybe you use it earlier on the round. It's alright. They're shotgun. There you go.
Op 4 eliminated.
So you just want to play around the spot. Really helpful. Alright guys, so we're gonna have to come to the end of the video here. I'm planning on splitting this video into 2 parts. I just covered the first map, Coastline, as you saw. We're probably gonna go over Consulate and some other map, but as for now, this is gonna be part 1. I'm gonna continue this video, of course. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm gonna be uploading every week from now on. But like I said, you play Siege, you want to get better, this channel is for you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.